doing a countdown. You do the 3, I do the 2, you do the 1.
Go. Awesome.
Welcome to the
Jesus Christ,
Shuffle Up
thank you.
podcast.
Yeah.
We are in episode 2 of season 2. And yes, we're on season 2. Because season 2, I think, is significantly worse than season 1. So that's why we're branding it season 2.
We ought to. We are a mess, guys. You have no idea. This has been the messiest episode 2, but hey, I think it's more fun that way. More personality. Season 2 with more personality. That's how we're gonna brand it. But that said, I want to do special episodes so bad, just because I did draft up episodes I wanted to do. I just never finished them. So, but that said, it's more fun to just talk out of my ass sometimes. Anyway, how have you been?
Right before we started, I got scammed out of a house in Minecraft. The deal was diamonds and iron for a house, and then they put down a chest to to give the order, to fulfill the payment, and then there's nothing in the chest.
Mm-hmm.
And I said,
"That's a lot of damage.
You scamming me?" And then they said, "No, the chest is the payment."
I thought you said. So from here, how did you continue to navigate that?
So
also,
now,
because I'm in the weight, I'm gonna make myself a little bigger. Oh shit! Ignore that, guys.
Now I'm just gonna talk to you.
Go ahead. Just talk. Are your lawyers? Who's your lawyers? I'm trying to think on the server who could possibly be your lawyer, and the only person I can think of is me, and I know that we've never had that conversation.
That's why I'm bringing it up to you now.
Oh, okay. Well, here's my lawyerly advice here. Blow it up. Yep, same as Ian's. Burn it down.
I worked hard on that house.
Yeah, you did. You did work very hard on the house. They didn't respect the fact that you worked hard on the house. So what do you do about that? You burned it down.
Yeah, I mean, that's
fair.
So that's the Shuffle Up podcast.
I think that's fair. I think you take your shit and you leave. I think you take the whole house down, actually, and just strip it of all its materials, and that's yours.
I just leave like the trim.
And you know what? No. You do all the work of. Here's the exact thing. The best way to get back at him. You do all the work of stripping the whole thing down, and then building it near your base. On an island or something.
I'll build it on top of my base.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea.
I think it'd be objectively hilarious for them to find out, like, come up to your base and their house is just on top of your base.
Right. So I had an idea after our last episode, because I'm assuming that was the end of this conversation. It's actually not true. For this episode, but for next episode. I want to. We had talked about movies and stuff like that, and I feel like we should give each other things to watch, because I have an absurd movie that I want you to watch, and that's the reason why I wanted to do this. So I feel like in return, you should probably do something to me as well.
No, I have a great movie that I'd want you to watch too. If you have a movie you want me to watch,
do you already have it in your head?
Yeah.
All right. You let me know what it is.
You go first.
Okay.
Is this your idea?
So the movie that I want you to see is called Brain Dead. It's directed by...
Interesting.
God, the guy that made the Lord of the Rings movies. I can't remember his name. But you'll watch it, and it's not the same movie. It's like it's classified as a horror.
Similar.
It's like a horror rom-com is the genre.
I don't know what the fuck that means. When I think of that, I think of there's just one movie about the weirdo dude and his cannibal. Well, he's the cannibal, and he convinces his girlfriend to be a cannibal or whatever. And they're like crazy, and they go along just eating people.
So
That's the only example of a horror romance movie I've seen.
so I'll find a way for you to watch it. I really want you to watch it. It's like these two people fall in love, and his mom is sick, and she turns into a zombie. He keeps her in the basement, and then progressively throughout the movie, more people come over and turn into zombies, and he keeps them in the basement.
Uh-huh.
But I don't want to explain the whole movie, but
Interesting.
it's a good movie.
Because the other romance that actually took me a second to think of, the other romance horror movie, it's not really a horror movie, it's just kind of a romance. It just also has zombies in it. Is called like Warm Bodies or something that I thought of. And that is basically Romeo and Juliet if
with zombies.
Yeah, with zombies. Kind of, but actually more realistic and better.
Than Romeo and Juliet?
Well, than most adaptations of Romeo and Juliet.
So the zombies
because they kind of most adaptations ham it up. No, like it's
more story accurate, more accurate to the actual story.
It's like, what if the only Romeo and Juliet really part about it is the fact that they have this conflict of love that he's a zombie and she's not.
Oh,
I think I could be wrong about that, but I could be wrong about like the Romeo and Juliet-ness of this plot. I forgot it.
Turns out they didn't even
I feel like I watched it forever ago. No, it was definitely a love story. It's a love story between a zombie and a. I think people might have just been comparing it to Romeo and Juliet at the time. I don't know. But point being, it was a long time ago that I seen it, and that's what it made me think of when you described it. But yeah.
Okay. So
the movie I want you to watch. Oh, sorry. If you want to talk more about it.
No, that's it.
Okay, cool. But the movie I want you to watch is called Eddington. I don't know if you've heard of this movie.
I'll look it up though.
It came out pretty recently, but it's on like YouTube movies now at this point already. So I'm sure there's some way to watch it, but it's pretty interesting. And I really can't spoil anything about it. I really don't want to say anything about it just for spoiler's sake, because I want to have the conversation about it next time. But that's also kind of a heated conversation.
Okay.
By that, I mean, it has some political aspects to it, the movie.
So we're going to have two very different movie conversations.
Right. Two very different movie conversations. But this is the movie that I thought of when you said, because I want more people to see this movie.
Yeah.
Because I want to see how this movie affects you. Because it's that kind of movie that it will affect you. It's set in May of 2020.
Okay.
In like a small town in ruralish, I think Arizona. No. It's like New Mexico. So pretty interesting.
All right.
It ends with, well, I don't want to spoil anything.
They all die.
It's not going to be a fun watch. I'll tell you that.
Well, mine's going to be a blast, unless you're like squeamish, and then
I mean, it's a really good Western, essentially.
Western?
It is a really good Western.
Hold on.
Sort of.
What?
It has that, it's very Western inspired.
Okay. Western inspired, but like 2020, I wouldn't. We'll see. I mean, I don't know.
But it's not like your classic Western.
Yeah, no. I mean, clearly it's 2020.
But those are the roots. Yeah. It's hard to explain outside of that. But it's also very set in reality.
Okay.
But yeah, very good movie. Don't look up anything about it, just watch it.
I will. I'm excited to have this conversation.
Yeah, that'll be a fun conversation.
Very different conversation. I've been wanting someone to watch this movie for a long time, so that's why I want you to watch it.
Interesting. So there's another movie I would actually that I want to talk about with somebody but I don't know. That movie's a lot. This movie sounds stupid. It's not your kind of movie, Ian. You like bad movies. I love him. He's him and my stepdad love the worst movie. They just don't like good movies. They like bad movies, in my opinion. I love them.
Like
Their
what kind of bad
taste
movies?
in media
Like, give me some examples.
is bad. Oh well, well, I lied. I have to take some stuff back. They find enjoyment in things. They don't like really good things that I like. So that's what makes me mad a lot of the time. And they watch a lot of kind of slop. Reggie does, at least. Ian, I'm just kind of lumping you in, unfortunately, with Reggie at this point. But Reggie does not like genuinely good movies. I think because they make him think too much. But
there is that art to movies that's like not taking yourself super seriously. I do appreciate. I mean,
right. So,
I like both sides.
Some great movies like
I like
that.
both sides, but I get that.
Yeah. So they're more brain off.
I mean, that's fine. I mean,
so like we talked about Superman last time on the. Did we talk about Superman at some point on the podcast?
Not this last one, but the one before.
Yeah. At the not last time. I was thinking in the last season. Yeah, Ian didn't like Superman. I don't think. I'm pretty sure. Reggie really didn't like Superman. But I think that's a great movie. Like no matter how you spin it, even if you take all just the political stuff.
Yeah, I think that one wasn't.
And ignore it.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think so either. Right. And I think it just has a genuine good Superman story, in my opinion. You know? But they didn't like it. But,
there's always people. I mean, there's always got to be someone that doesn't like.
Right, and I mean, like it's not for some people.
Just like you don't like their stuff. But it's like
Right. But yeah, but like at least I want stories to be good, you know. And some stories I feel like aren't good. Specifically because I'll say, I guess the stories I don't like are stories where I know it's going to happen, but most people don't think like me, so they don't like anticipate things, you know. So anytime like I can see the plot happening,
when it's
like the foreshadowing is right. Yeah. And that happens so much in Slop because they all do the same thing, right? And so that's why I don't like a lot of the like shows.
I want you to give me examples because you keep saying slop, and I want to figure out what you consider slop.
It's like, you know, because the problem is half the time I can't name them because I see him just watching them, and then I remember like snippets of the plot. So like he really liked the movie. Oh, you know the Zack Snyder movie where he just tried to do Star Wars.
Zack Snyder that's trying to do Star Wars.
Yeah, I think there's a movie like that. I think that's the premise of the movie. Is basically just Zack Snyder directed a basically Star Wars ripoff. I hated it. It was so bad. I was like, how could you watch this?
Yeah, I have no idea.
But so like, for example, that, and I think that's kind of what a lot of these Marvel movies coming out are turning into in some ways. Some more and more of them are a little changing, but like Ant-Man and the Wasp to me feels like a slop movie.
Whoa! Which one?
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
That one was That one was, I think, better than the first.
I didn't like that one.
I think it was better than the first Ant-Man. Better than the third one. I thought the third one was good. I'm one of the few that did. I think Ant-Man and the Wasp was good. Ant-Man and the Wasp. Right?
I don't know. I wasn't a fan, but my point is the movies he watches are like B-list, not B-list. They're like action movies, but not the like top action movies. You know?
I see.
So like. Right.
I can get like a Jason Statham kind of movie.
Right. Exactly. And I feel like there's a lot of those.
It's like they pump out the same movie over and over again, but just kind of change it up a tiny
bit. Right. Another good example of this, but I don't think he watches that kind of thing. But I don't know. So I can't speak to that. But like Adam Sandler movies that aren't the ones where he's trying, you know?
Pixels?
So where he cares. Like Pixels is the perfect example of a slop movie. Like,
Jack and Jill.
yeah, no, these are slop movies. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But like
Which
that,
I mean, they have their place. They're just not for me. Like, I just want to more media that I can engage with more.
yeah, I think it's just like because you get like because there is so like I I understand the place of movies like that, but I don't necessarily agree with them being like the number one movies kind of you watch because like for example like this is an extreme on one end. Like for instance, like you have Oppenheimer, right? You watch that and it's like
Yeah,
it's entertaining, but it's exhausting because of everything everything you're taking in, the length of the movie.
that I understand.
So then it's like
Right.
okay, the alternative is like a movie you can turn on, not really think about,
So
get the
I think the
plot and
best
enjoy
movies, right? I feel like the best movies try to do both these things. You can do both these things. You can't really do that with an Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer's just too real and too, yeah.
it.
But
I think early Marvel was a
you
good
can do that,
of both.
right? Early Marvel is a perfect example of this. But an even better example of this, I think, is a recent movie that has gotten a lot of praise. Sinners is a fucking amazing example of this.
Yeah.
You can turn your brain off and enjoy a great movie with some fantastic characters and just a really good like vampire story, and you can dissect it for its themes too as well and pick that apart. Like you can engage with it on both these levels and have a great time.
I remember, so this is kind of off topic on that, but this is in the more of the bad movie category. So my brother,
Wait, Ian said, hold on. Ian said in the chat that he can confirm that he does watch a lot of Adam Sandler movies. So I was right on the money. But go ahead.
Okay, so my brother and I recently watched the movie Night Patrol, and I love that movie. It's one of those movies that's not very good. It's got
Interesting.
Freddie Gibbs, the rapper, YG, the rapper, and then CM Punk, the
happens in this
wrestler,
movie?
are main characters in the movie. So it's about Bloods versus Crips, right?
Oh,
And then
God. And that's the cast?
so okay, so I will tell you about. So we were watching this movie, and that's basically what the plot is in the beginning of the movie, and like throughout the movie though, that's not what the movie's about. That's just kind of like the setting, basically. Bloods versus Crips.
Yeah.
And then introduce the characters. But then there's cops in the movie. These cops, they're called Night Patrol because they only travel at night. Because they're vampires. And
hey yo, that's kind of sick.
So we were watching this movie, and my brother turns to me once like the first kind of like indication of the vampires comes out. He turns to me, he's like, I kind of forgot this was about vampires. I was enjoying this movie.
That's how I felt about the first section of Sinners, which I feel like I had that same conversation in.
Yeah, Sinners was a lot like this. We had that conversation after the movie. It's like, this is like either they saw Sinners and thought we're gonna kind of make that our own, or they were making this the same time but didn't have the same budget.
Yeah, that's felt
like I feel like they knew about each other in some capacity.
Right.
Because this was a lot. This felt like a lot like Sinners in a way. I loved it though. It was corny. The writing was terrible.
Well, Sinners,
Freddie Gibbs is a terrible actor, which is great.
That's so funny. Yeah. So there's also genuinely a so bad it's good kind of category for movies, and those you can also engage with. I think so. I think you can also engage with those movies on a artistic level as well, and that's how you get something like The Disaster Artist, right? So yeah, I mean, I love that. That's awesome because I love movies.
So like the thing is, right, is like with movies like bad movies like that, what kind of shows through is not necessarily like you get like a low budget movie, for example, and the acting's not good, the production is not that good, but you find the writing and the artistic like the things they do to make the movie look good. Like that's the stuff you kind of blend with. And Disaster Artist is a great example of that. It wasn't about that was kind of more about the writing about it. What was? Disaster Artist.
Say again.
That's what made Disaster Artist kind of artistic.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah.
it was made to be artistic, and that was what it was. It was an art piece of a movie.
Right. But my point is, people had been having conversations about that movie on an artistic level. That's what created a market for something like a disaster artist movie to come out at all, right? So people had to be already discussing this movie on a level. And so the other thing about it is I just find it fascinating because from a storyteller standpoint, this movie is a peer into like somebody else's world, or even a world built by a bunch of different people, you know, who all put their efforts together to make this thing. But like that in itself is a really interesting and cool experience, I think, you know?
Yeah,
kind of
sorry, go ahead.
Inadvertently, when I'm as a person crafting a story, you know, that story ends up being kind of a reflection of me. And in a way, since I think we're all we can all relate to each other to a certain extent on pretty much everything. I think that kind of makes movies a reflection of us, you know? And so no matter how bad the movie is, or how silly the movie is, or how great the movie is, or how crazy the movie is, it's human, you know?
Yeah. And I think that's what separates like movies like that. It's crazy that I'm going to make this comparison. Movies like a disaster artist, and then we get like Marvel movies. I'm thinking just two opposites of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Is like Marvel is at this point is very manufactured and predictable and everything like that. Where it's like that's a disaster artist, or movies in that kind of category are authentic and human. These don't feel human anymore with Marvel.
Right. That's true to a certain extent. I like to believe that there's still some maintained humanity within it, but you cannot call it the same kind of human anymore. No, right. I have to agree with you there. But yeah,
I don't think it's a lot. Like, I'm not saying they're terrible movies, but you can just like
no. It's just right.
Like I think the more recent variations of Marvel, like Captain America, Thunderbolts, I actually really like those. Now, with the trailers for the next Avengers movie, I'm kind of disappointed. I feel like I'm not going to be happy with this movie.
I haven't seen that. The only Marvel related trailer I've seen that I'm a little hyped for, but very, I don't want to say skeptical. I have my reservations. Is the Spider-Man movie?
I forgot about that.
Have you seen the trailer for that?
I've seen it. I don't want to be. Yeah, I mean, I'm always worried with Spider-Man now. Right. I really like Spider-Man.
Right. Right. I do really
There's
like
always
Spider-Man,
that thing in the back of my mind. It's like they better not fuck this up. But I think it'll be okay. I'm actually not that worried. I'm really not that worried.
The thing about it is I'm not super worried about it because I like Tom Holland as Spider-Man. He still hasn't necessarily. He's kind of convinced me as Peter Parker sometimes, you know?
I think he's the most. He might be the most convincing one to me, and we can go into this
as Peter Parker.
Yes,
really.
I
think he fits he fits the role for sure. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know if the stories that they're putting him through have let Peter Parker shine as Peter Parker.
Yeah, that's the
issue.
Yes, he is the right Peter Parker.
That's more the issue.
Peter Parker hasn't been written for. Yeah.
Right. And so I don't think he gets to shine the way so I prefer Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. I hate Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker. Tobey Maguire, we all kind of grew up with, so I'm used to his Peter Parker.
My problem with Tobey Maguire
is very human.
It's just Tobey Maguire he felt like an adult playing a teenager, and because he was, but that's what he felt like to me.
In my opinion, at the time, Tobey Maguire just respectfully was not that amazing an actor.
No, I think
say that with love, you know.
I think nostalgia definitely contributes a lot of people's opinion.
Right, but so I will say nostalgia nostalgically, I like his Peter Parker, and his Peter Parker is well written and very human.
Yeah, that's true.
But like anybody could have delivered the lines respectfully.
Yeah, I mean,
I think his acting was better in the newest one.
I think he was really
convincing. He felt like an older Peter Parker, bro. Like that felt as much like Peter Parker as Peter B. Parker in the Spider-Verse movies, which is, I feel like, peak. Like, that's peak how people see Peter Parker, you know? Which is kind of sad because Peter Parker in the comics and Peter Parker elsewhere has not been treated with as much respect, but that's because obviously Spider-Verse isn't really their stories. So, you know, that's understandable to a certain extent.
I feel like that's not an archetype that really gets explored much in these superhero movies. It's just the older superhero, like ready to go superhero that we need to see more.
Yeah. Interesting.
Like, I was just having a conversation. Because there's me and my dad were talking about Batman, and he was talking about how he really wished that they just continued with the Michael Keaton Batman, which I agree, he was a great Batman. And I was kind of thinking, when they had made the Flash, this most recent Flash movie, it seemed like they might have been doing that, bringing him back to be like a mentorship kind of role. But obviously, that version of the DCU fell through.
Yeah.
But I think that was what they were trying to do, and I thought that would have been super cool to bring Michael Keaton back, because Ben Affleck was leaving the DCU, and that's just before it was official that the DCU was all shifting. So I think they were bringing in Michael Keaton to be that older Batman, and that would have been so nice, because we've never seen that before. We've never seen like a older superhero stepping down and like training the new one. The closest thing we got was like Captain America, but he just ended up time traveling and dying, and then apparently now he's coming fucking back for some reason.
So Logan,
yes, that's a good one,
is the perfect example of this.
That's a perfect example. You're right.
Right. So I think they can do that. They just haven't had the best opportunities to, because I don't think they care about telling different stories. I think they care about making a profit. So
yeah, I mean, because this Marvel universe right now, this is the closest we got to doing something like that.
Right. So if they were to make, I don't honestly be interested in, but obviously since the first Hulk movie, they've given up on Hulk entirely. But I'd be interested. I would have been way more interested in a Hulk movie post Avengers Endgame than fucking She-Hulk, whatever they were doing there.
She was a lawyer.
You know? That's cool.
That's it.
Just don't.
That's all I got to contribute. She was a lawyer.
Yeah. But see how they could have utilized that character and even set up for a She-Hulk that would have been more compelling, hopefully. And then instead, if they cared about this character and gave him his own just movie. But never mind.
I think
he's relegated to a side character.
I don't necessarily am bothered by Hulk too much, just because I'm not, but I'm also am, because they do keep him around. I mean, he's the
only Avenger.
That is true. That is true.
Just a side character.
That is true, and I don't know why.
And that's it.
I don't know why, but I'm saying with what we got, I'm gonna say, because like he's in a lot of the Marvel movies that aren't obviously a Hulk movie. Like he's in Guardians of the Galaxy at some points, like in 3, I think. And
he shows
he's
up
just everywhere.
Yeah.
Now the only thing is he should have been in the new Captain America, because that was a Hulk villain. But
no way, that would have been. But I don't know why they're averse to even talking about a Hulk movie,
I think it's
or
just
a Hulk thing.
If I had to guess, I think it's just they don't feel like it's the human side of Hulk is probably hard for them to market, and I kind of would understand that, because when people.
But here's the thing: that's like the most, in my opinion, that should be the most marketable thing about Hulk, is that he is he has to give up to this rage. He's one of the most fucking relatable characters, especially in a time where people are so angry and shoving that shit down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying like, because the story's there for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm saying people, like a casual person will see Hulk on a movie poster and be like, okay, it's just a guy that's gonna destroy a bunch of things. They're not gonna think about that this guy's got a human side, and I think that's why maybe that they struggle with it. That's just my.
But here's
thought.
the thing: if they made the movie and the movie was good, and in the Marvel universe, your selling point is already it's in the Marvel universe. That's because you've sold enough for that, and you make the movie good, and people will go out and watch it just like they did Thunderbolts.
That is true. I mean, yeah, because Thunderbolts. I mean, no one knew what that was, but yeah, you're right. So I guess you proved me wrong, but that's kind of my thought. But you're right, because you proved me wrong.
My thought is right. What I'm saying is basically they fucked up Hulk the first time and we're like, shit. Oh well, guess he's regulated a side character.
Yeah.
There's a whole other conversation we could have about what they did with Black Widow. Even though I do like her movie enough, there's a whole conversation that we could have about her entire arc, you know? But
I definitely don't think that
I just don't think the character was done justice. You know,
I don't think they ever planned on giving these characters attention, like Black Widow and Hawkeye, for example.
And so my point is, right. Hawkeye and his TV show, I'm not mad about that. That's fine. That's cool. Hawkeye's he's a guy, you know. Unless you give me like a movie about his Ronin arc, that'd be sick. I'd watch that. I don't really care about. I'm not a fan of Jeremy Renner. He's kind of just the most, in my opinion, one of the most boring people ever. But his show I didn't mind. It wasn't that bad. This was before I stopped watching the Marvel shows. And point being, not worried about Hawkeye that much. Black Widow, if you're gonna try to make her a movie, you should do it justice, you know. And she's another character that showed up in a lot of movies as side characters, especially early on. So that was cool at least, but it just feels a little awkward, you know, that she had such a big role and still never even got a chance at a movie until after the character was very established and popular enough that they decided a movie could happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason why that happened too is because they didn't really want to contribute. They didn't want her to contribute to the overall story. That's why they did that. So they put her here's an origin story for her because we don't want a movie about her now because that's just going to push more, you know, into the future. I mean, it did kind of because it introduced her sister, which is it's nice that they're keeping that going. But I mean, they could have introduced her sister in any other way. They could have introduced that in a new movie too, like in a chronological order.
They could have really, in my opinion, Black Widow just should have gotten her own movie forever ago, and it could have been a cool spy film, and it would have been sick.
I think they
didn't have to tie into anything early on, you know?
Yeah. The problem is like I said, I don't think they were thinking about her, and also I think by the time that that they started to think about her, it was at the point it's like now we're in space and we're fighting aliens and everything. We make a spy movie about her, and it doesn't even make sense.
No, it
makes sense. It does make sense, but it doesn't.
They had to go back to the mundane movies anyway already, right? So but I get it.
But I don't know if it's just, if there's
my opinion, there's just something to be said about it because there's just an underlying feeling of, especially how they were acting after the movie came out, and stuff like that. There's just an underlying feeling of discomfort there. Like they kind of did this character wrong, and it very much felt on purpose, even though I liked the movie, you know?
It was actually a really good movie. I didn't
care, you know?
I really didn't.
Right. But nobody got to see it is the other unfortunate part, you know?
Well, I mean, it's because that was the movie that was like it came out only on streaming, right? And then it was a big deal because
Yeah,
theaters were
I
still
don't
kind of closed
remember the
because of
perfect
COVID.
details.
And I think
Yeah.
I mean, it does. The backlash on that was kind of crazy because most people weren't going to go see it, so it was either they delayed it or put it on streaming. So,
Well, I think there was way more to it than that.
I'm sure there was.
But
That's just that was my perspective, but I'm sure there is more to it.
Yeah.
But I do like.
I don't know. I have to do more research on it.
Talking about superhero movies. The trailer for the Clayface movie came out for DC.
Yeah, I
and
haven't seen that trailer yet, but
that makes me excited because first of all, Clayface, in my opinion, has been a character that they should have done a long time ago, and I don't know why they haven't done it. I love Clayface, but also Clayface and the fashion that this trailer showcases really puts in perspective that I believe that this new version of DC is willing to make different movies instead of going the Marvel route and trying to recreate the same movie and one up each other every single time. They're trying to make their own unique movies, at least for now, until Netflix destroys it and kills it.
Yeah. Wait, is it a Netflix thing?
No,
is it Netflix related?
No, but Netflix bought Warner Brothers.
Oh shit! I didn't actually know that went through.
I think it did. Maybe it didn't. Let's hope it didn't.
I know that. So the thing is, if it didn't, I think another worse company was also trying to buy it. So I don't know if. Yeah, I think if we give it to, we'd rather have Netflix win in this situation. I think, unfortunately, even if Netflix kills everything, because it can be revived later. I think Paramount would kill it, but also maybe become part of a propaganda machine, which is a little anyway. It's a whole other conversation.
I think it's just really like bad timing right now because this is like a very hopeful time for DC.
Right.
But it's a really
it's
a really uncertain time because who knows what's going to happen once the official once things start happening.
So tell me about. So I'll tell you exactly why they haven't made a Clayface movie. I've never in my life heard about Clayface until you brought it up.
Yeah, that's fine, but
my point is nobody, probably the majority of movie watchers have not. You know.
Guess what? I didn't know who the fuck Ant-Man was. I didn't know who Bucky was. There's so many.
But the DC does not have a universe right now. So
they do.
And they were focusing. They do now, but they didn't. It wasn't that long ago when they didn't, you know?
Plus, I'll look at it this way too. The start of DC's universe was with characters you never even heard of. Because all of Suicide Squad, you don't really know any of those characters.
No, you definitely. Most people know Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
that was their big selling point. They very much leaned hard into that.
They definitely did. But
and everybody knew Harley Quinn, and that movie flopped. So they were much less likely to use the first one, didn't it? People hated the first.
People didn't think it was good, but it didn't flop. There's a difference.
But people hated it though. Point being, people hated it enough that it started to spell the doom for the first DCEU from the jump. And so that would already make them less likely to choose their smaller characters.
But the reboot is what I'm talking about. The second Suicide Squad movie was the reboot of this DCU.
Yeah.
That's this DCU. So you got
Yeah.
So it's all unknown other than because it's even less unknown than the first Suicide Squad.
Isn't Harley Quinn still there though?
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
So at least there's that. But my point is, that's still a character that people will go to see, and people already knew of the first Suicide Squad. So there is also that, you know. So if they started with a Clayface,
you're right. No, I'm not saying they should start with it.
I'm
not saying they should start with it, and I'm actually surprised Clayface is getting his own movie because I never said that he should get his own movie. I always said he should be a Batman. He's a Batman villain.
Oh, a Batman villain. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, cool. I see that. that I can see why he's never been used as a Batman villain. That's
especially because they've been all super serious and non-cartoony.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
so
That makes sense.
But so this one seems to be more in the horror genre. It's a rated R movie, I believe. It's written by a horror writer.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
I saw
One of my favorite.
I saw an interview with James. What's his name? God, why can't I think of people's names today? The guy, DCU guy, James Gunn.
Yes.
He basically said that he's like he wants all these different like genres in the DCU. So that, and it's like, it's not just all different
That's
genres,
sick.
it's all different writers and directors and stuff, all making these movies.
Yeah.
And that's what we want. Like Supergirl, you would think would be a James Gunn movie. It's not. So we have Supergirl, Clayface, or different directors now in the DCU, supervised by James Gunn, of course. But
Yeah.
so I like that we're getting all these different characters with different identities, different identities of directors and writers too. And then when we do eventually get them together in some capacity, there will be those different identities, and it'll feel unique.
Yeah, I feel you.
I think Clayface will be kind of hard to introduce if it is very.
I feel like
into the actual.
No,
like,
here's the thing.
story.
So I will say, if this movie's good enough, it will be like they'll be fine. I think just low key based on the. You said so. Mike Flanagan is the writer, right? One of my favorite and one of the most popular horror directors in recent history. Like tons of like people have a little cult classics, but also extremely popular. Like Bly Manor was The Haunting of Hill House and The Haunting of Bly Manor, both directed by him, written some episodes, because if you had to write a whole TV series, that's insane. Some of the better episodes are also directed by other folks too. But point being, I've seen a lot about. I think I told you about, and we talked about on the podcast at some point. What was this show? Midnight Mass.
Oh, we had a conversation about him literally last episode, which is funny.
Oh yeah, we probably did. But point being, fantastic motherfucking horror, and very established, with he has tons of work all over. I think he probably had some kind of deal with Netflix, but he's got like 4 or 5 different shows on there, tons of movies on Netflix. So if anybody can pull off a good horror movie explain. That's why I wanted you to explain Clayface to me, like as a character, because knowing how he writes a little bit, because he writes very social commentary type shit, horror, but also not really. It's very because what The Haunting of Bly Manor was about is like ghosts, right? Like what is being haunted, right? And I think The Haunting of Hill House really is more about that, actually, more about ghosts and being haunted and that kind of stuff. And it kind of sets. I don't know what the thesis of the show is. I haven't analyzed it too thoroughly, but point being, it's a really good show, and it really like hits on that feeling of being haunted, you know. But it's also a human feeling, I think, and it's rooted, and it highlights how that's rooted a lot in love or neglect, you know, etc. It's a great, fantastic show. The Haunting of Bly Manor kind of expounds upon that, I think, even more. So this is actually my homework, because I know you wanted to watch all that stuff. I'm going to give you the order to watch that stuff in. I'd start with Midnight Mass, because all of those shows have. Oh God, you froze.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, you're back.
Yeah.
I think. But all of those shows have a lot of the same actors, a lot of the same like vibes, and that's a good like tell kind of, I think, for his style. And then and he does very different things too. So I'd look up his other works in between if you get bored of that, of all those same faces and stuff. But that's the order I would watch those things in, just by the way. But I love his work, and tons of people do. And I think him as the director alone, plus it being a good movie, I'm going to assume it's a good movie kind of based on that. Just as a fan of his, and I know that hundreds of thousands of people will as well, based on that as well, And so if the movie's good and people are kind of, it seems like, reacting very well to this new DC universe. So I don't see any world in which this movie would fail. Unless, the whole world shuts down again. And then,
I mean, yeah, I really don't.
Like, anything could happen. But
I think it's like all the right people in charge. I mean, I have zero negative things to say about this new DCU. There's nothing that's disappointed me since it started, and I know there's always opportunities for it too. Especially this is going to be a proving ground for what's next, because this is going to be very different. Because obviously Superman still had kind of that same campiness that Suicide Squad did, just not to the full extent. Creature Commandos was just an animated version of Suicide Squad. So
yeah.
So I think we're really going to be in a whole different kind of style movie. And if this does well, then it's going to do really well. If it does bad, it also may not be necessarily death to the universe, because they could just say, okay, we're not doing a movie like that again, and continue and do what they're doing well.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be, who knows? I actually do have high hopes for it, though. I really am excited.
I think, I'm fairly confident that point being, explain Clayface to me as a character. I keep forgetting about that part.
So I'm really interested to see how they're going to do it in like a modern world sense. But basically, the idea of Clayface is that he is obviously made of clay, and he transforms into people. So he's like a shapeshifter, basically.
Oh. There is a lot you could do with that.
Yeah.
What's his motivations?
I don't really know about that one, to be honest.
This guy was he's one of my favorite characters.
I like him. I like the idea of his character. I don't know him because he hasn't been really explored.
I'm just fucking with you, boss.
Yeah.
You said it like you read the comics. That's all.
Oh, I know about him from video games, basically, and like the animated movies. But like, he's not like a main character. So that's like, this is such a new experience. He's a main character. Like, it's going to be a unique thing. I'm sure there's people that know way more about him. I'm not the kind of guy, but like, I do love him as a character, and that's why I was like, I've always wanted him to be in Batman. Yeah, I gotta do research too. Yeah, I didn't really look too much into it, but
yeah. Because because as a character, just that alone is a starting premise that's pretty interesting. Rated R movie about a villain who can change their face, right? Period. That's kind of sick.
Looking at his Wikipedia, says mental disorder due to his insanity. He's obsessed with murder.
Okay, so serial killer who can shapeshift. That's fucking sick.
Which I do know he was an actor too. That's like his whole pre-story thing, was he was an actor.
Okay,
like a disgruntled actor kind of thing.
Okay, disgruntled. What do you?
Like,
no, that's it. That's all you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know how he got disgruntled? Like, just the industry sucks. Like,
I assume so. didn't get
So he
jobs.
went crazy and started killing people. You know,
that's his weakness. He kills people. He's obsessed with murder.
nice.
Yeah, that's it though.
I'll have to.
I think I do
I'm
actually
sure
really
there's
want to
some
get
kind
into.
of
I really do want to get into the lore and figure it out before I watch
lore.
the movie.
Yeah,
But no, I
Just a
just think
little.
the
I don't
concept of the
wanna-
character is sick.
yeah. The concept of the character is fucking pretty cool.
And in Lego
Um,
Star Wars, I mean, in Lego Batman, he can pull the big objects.
God damn it. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a cool ass like premise on its own.
And
Like,
I'm sure it's going to be some kind of social commentary.
Right. No
Because-
prior universe
yeah.
necessary.
All the other movies
But
have
yeah,
been a social
for-
commentary, so I'm sure this one will be as well.
Yeah. But yeah, it'll be cool. I'm excited then. I'm really excited. But we'll see. We shall see. But point being, I'm not really a DC guy at all. I like Spider-Man. I like that's kind of it.
I like
You know?
Spider-Man. That's it.
I like Spider-Man. I really don't care about after going through the Endgame stuff, like all that experience up to Endgame, it was cool. It was fun, you know? I don't think I would call myself a huge Marvel fan though. Like I'm not buying Marvel merch, you know? I would buy Spider-Man merch though. I'm a Spider-Man fan.
No, I think
superheroes are cool.
I think there was very rarely any movies I did not. That there was very few movies that I like disliked on the road to
Mhm.
Endgame with Marvel.
That's for sure too.
But
yeah, I agree there.
I
But
also
I didn't see every movie.
Oh, I definitely did. I went through like because I didn't watch them.
Mhm.
I didn't watch them even after Endgame. I didn't watch them, but then I ended up eventually just going through it and watching every single one.
Oh,
And
I
so
think that's the best way to do it because they're kind of episodic. They really do build upon each other.
Yeah,
Because I've seen them, but now I've seen them. I think it was more because I was curious about the ones I hadn't seen. You know, even the like original like Thor movies. Some parts of that movie I like. I kind of hate that movie, if that makes sense. Love to hate that movie, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I wasn't a big fan of Thor. I didn't hate
It's
it, but I
horrible.
wasn't a fan of it.
I think it's just bad, but I think it's funny how bad it is. So I think it's barely bad enough to be like, I don't want to say like a drunk watch, but you know what I'm saying? That kind of vibe.
Yeah, you put it on in the background and you don't even think about it.
Well,
I
you put it
wouldn't
on
even
the
do that, to be
background,
honest,
and you
though,
make
with
fun
you.
of it the whole time. Is what
Okay,
I'm
I see
saying.
what
You
you
put
mean.
it on
I see what you mean.
to make fun of it. That's the point.
Yeah.
Especially since Ragnarok is just so much better than the first.
No, yeah, Ragnarok is the best one, for sure.
It's by far. I think but I don't think the last one, I don't think Love and Thunder is as bad as people make it out to be, but it's not an amazing movie. It's not nearly as good as Ragnarok, but I don't think it's quite as I don't think it's quite as bad as people make it out to be.
Remember,
Like he's got a character arc in the movie, you know?
you remember the time you, Julian, and I watched that movie?
No.
We watched it. He had just got a projector, and we watched it on the side of my house. It was so cold outside, and the movie was just so boring to us. It was so cold and so boring. I think we stopped in the mid, like halfway through. Like I don't know what we were doing, but
That's funny. I think I've probably rewatched it since. And I don't think it's that bad. It might have just been cold. It might have just been cold.
It definitely amplifies the experience when you're cold. So
Yeah. I also think it was like a bitch getting this projector set up.
probably.
But that's because that's more about what I remember is how annoying it was to be outside and setting up the projector. Because we thought it was going to be cool, but I think we were just partially disappointed by the projector too. But
Bad way to
Should've
watch
watched
it.
something-
Bad movie.
way more interesting.
Bad temperature.
But I think you should go and rewatch it. Give it a shot, especially since you're on this. Yeah, but I don't think it's nearly as bad as people make it out to be. I don't think it's a good movie. Like, it's not a great movie, but I think it's a good enough movie. It has a story to tell and tells it.
It does have a
I
story.
still think the director behind it is just a funny guy. So I enjoyed it enough.
I like Fat Thor. That's a cool character.
The thing about it is, I think partially we were, or I at least was really disappointed with how they gave, and I think this was a lot of people at the time, was how they gave Thor to the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, they were going to actually do something with that. And then they were like, no.
And then
that shit was annoying.
The movie starts with him getting dropped off.
Right, exactly. That was annoying. That was like a fuck you. That felt like a fuck you,
Yeah.
So that, to that extent, I could see criticisms of the movie. But if you separate the movie from that, I think that changes the experience entirely. And then it's just kind of a way better than the than the original Thor movie.
But Jane just has powers now?
Shat movies? Well, here's the thing. Anybody who can pick up the hammer gets...
Yeah, but how
anybody who's worthy.
How could she pick up? Oh, because she's worthy. My bad.
I mean, what? If anybody's going to be worthy, it's going to be the love interest of the guy who's worthy. That kind of makes sense. That's fair.
I don't know.
She doesn't. Technically, the first Thor movie he goes through is his whole story arc is trying to reprove that he's worthy, and she's there for that whole experience. I'm like, her getting the Thor powers is not my suspension of disbelief. It's pretty chill. And
I told you I didn't even finish the movie, so I won't even argue about it.
Yeah. My favorite part of that movie really is the villain, even though his plan sucks. He's a compelling character, I think probably just Christian Bale, Loki. Is it Christian Bale?
Dude, I can't remember. That'd be pretty cool, but I don't really remember.
But yeah, I think I watched it again when I went back and watched pretty much everything that I'd missed because I assumed I hadn't. Because I totally forgot that we watched it, to be honest. I'm right, Christian Bale. Gore, the God Butcher, he's the coolest part of the whole movie, by far. And he's like built up as this character, and it's fucking awesome. He's awesome. But his like plan and shit is kind of shit and bad. The rest of the movie
he's awesome, but everything he does is stupid.
No, not everything he does. No. Just like not the brightest guy. But also the most compelling character easily. But I think Thor does enough. Yeah. But point being, I don't think it's as bad. I don't think it's as bad a movie as some of the other movies. That's literally it. That's all I'm saying. But you haven't seen it, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
You've basically not seen it.
I won't be one of those people that don't finish a movie and then say it's the worst movie of all time. I won't do that, even though I kind of already have.
That's valid. I mean, yeah, I get it. But point being, yeah. I mean, I don't blame you.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3, though, was good. That came out about the same time.
That's true. But wasn't that directed by James Gunn?
Yeah, because he's great.
Yeah. Are they done with the Guardians of the Galaxy, by the way?
I don't think... Well, apparently Star-Lord's coming back in some capacity.
Yeah, he's my favorite.
Because at the end of the movie, it said, Star-Lord is coming, or something like that.
He really said Star-Lord is coming. And that's it.
What is that?
This guy.
Or he's returning or something. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Usually it says Star Wars will be returning in XYZ, you know?
No, it didn't say that. It just said he'll be here eventually at some point, in time.
Yeah.
Later.
That's kind of sad because, I mean, part of the whole... I feel like he can't have a movie without Rocket, but that's just my feelings about it. If they wrote a Star-Lord movie or wrote Star-Lord into a story without well, not even just Rocket. I feel like the rest of the team is like, I don't know.
I just think that it's just not going to capture the same magic without James Gunn writing, I think that's the problem.
That's true too. Yeah, that's very much true too.
Or directing. I don't know if you wrote it, but I think that's the problem that they have. So they're like, okay, let's just separate them. I'm sure. I mean, they have to keep them all at some point. I don't know. Keep some of them and do other things.
Okay, so you know what?
I don't think Batista's coming back.
I could see well, Batista's probably the most droppable from this.
But he's the best one. He's my favorite.
He's a lot of the times the most entertaining.
But he's kind of pointless to be there. He's just kind of a comedy.
Right. But so is Mantis to a certain extent, even though she's like busted sometimes. She's either Deus Ex Machina or
she's got that healing aspect though that's kind of makes her special.
Right. She's either Deus Ex Machina. She's either there to save the day, basically, or
nothing.
Yeah, but point being, or she's comedy, and that's it. But they're all kind of comedy to a certain extent. So, but point being, where was I? I feel like a story with him could only be the only decent story that I'd be interested with. Just Star-Lord would be him going on some kind of adventure that puts him through his past as he tries through, like puts him through his like traumas and stuff where he tries to go after Gamora on his own. But I still feel like you would need the rest of his team trying to like help him and save him from himself, because I feel like this whole thing would destroy him. But that's my own particular like little, but that will never, like something like that.
Yeah,
I assume will never happen because it's not like a,
it seems like
thing that they care about.
If they're gonna revisit him, it has to be about Gamora.
Right.
Like,
it has to be about.
He never dropped that. So.
Right. Right, and that would make the most sense, and that would be a good story to tell. But I don't think you can tell that without also like involving the other Guardians.
You'd be watching it
because they lost.
Like, where are they? Yeah, like, that'd be all your.
Right, they lost Gamora as much as he did to a certain extent.
Yeah.
On top of that, he's like, right, I just don't think it would work. But I can see that like he feels like he has to go off on his own chasing after her, right? And then through that, learning a lot about himself, right? That could be cool. That's a cool idea and stuff.
Could also just be he's not coming back.
I don't think
he's just going to be in a Marvel. He's just going to be in the Avengers.
It could be that.
He's not even going to have his own stuff. It's just going to be Avengers.
That's much more likely.
Yeah.
That's like way more likely. That's what I'm betting on that they mean by that. But what it really all it means is he still has a contract for X amount of movies.
That's true. I mean, and he's the biggest name
of
all the Guardians too. So it's like you want to keep
right. But my point is, I'd watch. They'd be a good movie if they made him a standalone movie.
I see a show, not a movie.
I don't want that. I just don't like the shows because the shows just. Unless if they actually tried and made a good show. Well, Moon Knight's not that bad.
And Falcon and Winter Soldier wasn't bad either. That was a really good one.
Falcon and Winter Soldier, I liked some of.
I think they had equally as well. I don't know how many shows that they did. I was gonna say they have equally as many good shows as they do bad shows, but I think they might have had more bad shows. Because I liked WandaVision. I liked Falcon and Winter Soldier. Bless you. And
sorry,
I liked.
Thank you.
What was the other one I liked? I think we already talked about it, but I have no idea. I guess those two maybe. There's another one, but
not She-Hulk, right?
No, not She-Hulk. Falcon and Winter Soldier.
That's the first one we talked about.
I like Falcon and Winter Soldier. And I like. I think those were great. Those
Hawkeye show?
I didn't watch that one, so I don't know.
Okay, I watched the Hawkeye show. I liked
Yes.
the Hawkeye show.
And I didn't like
I
Loki. I
watched-
know that's unpopular, but I did not like Loki.
Oh, I fucking love Loki, bro. It's so good. Have you like? It's slow. That's the hard part. That season 2. Did you watch season 2?
I watched 1 and 2. Was there 3?
I don't know. I thought there was just 2 seasons.
Maybe there was 2. Maybe
I'm pretty sure I've seen all of it.
If there's 2,
but,
I've seen it all. But if there's 3, I haven't.
But God, I really loved Loki. But I think the cast carries a lot of the time because the plot kind of flies all over the place sometimes.
It's like that Fallout story where you're the sidekick the whole movie, whole game.
That's how you feel about Loki?
No, that was the way you described it. Made me think about Fallout, where it's like you're just kind of in the background of everything going on the whole time. Is that not what you meant?
Oh no.
You
Yeah,
said the
that's
cast
not what
carries.
I meant. No, what I meant, the cast carries as in the cast is just really good.
Oh, I see.
Like they're all just very good actors.
I got you.
That's what I meant. So they carry in that regard. So that's what I think really makes the show really good, and the chemistry and to a certain extent some of the writing, a lot of the writing. I do think there's obvious plot holes, but I think that's kind of more about how they went through that controversy with that dude, so they probably had to rewrite half the show.
About the guy
you know,
that plays Kang, or was there one for Loki too?
yeah, Kang.
I see.
I don't. Was there a controversy with Loki? I
didn't think there was. I wasn't sure what you were talking about.
Okay.
I was wondering if there was one. That's why I was asking.
No, not to my knowledge, but I was talking about Kang.
It's crazy how they did all. How really it proved that this may not have been a good idea to have all these stories connected because one guy fucked everything up real big.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, I still think they recovered insanely well with the second season of Loki. I was like impressed, honestly. It went a lot of different. I do think the pacing is a little off. That's the hardest part, but it gives you enough time to spend with the characters. So I like Loki a lot. I think that's my favorite of the Marvel shows. But yeah, what was the other ones? I'm literally forgetting them because some of them are just that bad.
Yeah, I really don't know why. I feel like there was another one I liked, but I cannot remember what they were. I'm gonna look it up. Marvel show.
All right, boss.
Yeah, that might have actually been it because there was Wonder Man, Daredevil, Marvel Zombies. What the hell? Miss Marvel, Loki.
Oh, you know what show is also good but a mess?
What?
Fucking what's the show called? Damn it. Oh man. I'm forgetting. It's one of the animated ones. What If? I love that show. It's a mess.
I didn't watch that one either.
But I love that show. Sorry, that took me forever for my brain to figure that out.
Yeah, I think those were the only 2 that I liked of this one because I also liked the Defender shows. I liked Jessica Jones and Luke Cage.
I loved Luke Cage, one of my favorite shows, but that was like before that was in the
I'm not counting those.
in the MCU.
I'm just saying that those were
but
mentions.
Yeah, Luke Cage, I love that show. Jessica Jones was a great show.
I wasn't a big fan
Iron
of Daredevil.
Fist was a piece of shit. The Defender was a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Daredevil was a good show for some of the seasons, but also a mess for some of the seasons. I don't know about I tried to get into the new Daredevils, and I just couldn't. I don't know. It just didn't feel the same to me for some reason.
I definitely think I'm like over all of it. I think I'm just moved on. I think because I see him now, and it's just I don't really have interest to watch them. And I don't think it's even the fact that
I get it.
They've been bad. I just don't think I just don't care anymore. I've lost. Maybe eventually I'll go through and I'll rewatch all of them and back to back like I did initially.
Yeah.
But
when I say like so what I mean is when I say I'm not a Marvel fan. I like some of the Marvel stuff, but I'm not really a Marvel fan. I mean, like, I've never bought a Marvel comic that's not Spider-Man, but I had Spider-Man comics back in the day. Other than that, I'll tell you why I hate DC. I don't hate DC, but I'll tell you why I don't like DC. Why I never got into DC. Because as a kid, I played what was that game? What's the game with the DC characters where they fight?
Injustice.
Yeah. And I bet at it and I hated it.
So it's
so that was my first impression of DC as a young child. Oh, but I liked the shows back in the day. The shows are good. The animated shows.
I love Justice League was like, I think that's why I love DC so much, is Justice League.
Yeah. I didn't watch it nearly as much. But I did I watched the hell out of the Teen Titans back in the day. And so the shows carried.
I was obsessed with the Adam West Batman show when I was a kid too, which is crazy because
that's cool. That's funny. Yeah, that show is super old.
I love that show so much. And I still watch it. So
that must be right. That must be and it also is probably also a thing of like whoever you were around.
Exactly.
Type thing. Because I never would have. I never would have even had access to that show.
My dad loved Batman. And that's why I got into Batman. Like,
right.
It's crazy because my dad loved Batman and I really did, but my brother loved Spider-Man. That was his superhero.
Yeah. See,
I definitely got into Spider-Man more when I got older, but because Spider-Man movies just were better, more consistent. But
right, that's valid. I also think I don't know. I think Spider-Man is just one of the most compelling superheroes. Period. Because he's honestly not that super, you know?
Yeah.
But he's also super enough to know that he's super and take that very seriously.
But super at the same time.
The real thing about it is that he's so human, you know? And he just fucks up.
And so,
I know you're not gonna derail me by making me laugh, bro. I can't do it. Point being,
I don't know. You were describing it to me, and I just heard the word "super" a lot, so I kept it going.
Yeah, I know. You had to make fun of me. I get it. No, but point being, he's very relatable. He's just a dude who wants to live his life, you know? And then he ends up with these spider powers. And he's like, how can I capitalize upon this? Right? And that in itself is like, what would you do? What's the first thing you would do if you got powers? You'd show it off, you know?
Yeah, I think, because if you look at it, Spider-Man is, like, they're very two different sides of the spectrum when you think of Batman and Spider-Man. Batman is very much that, like, masculine, angry man kind of thing.
Well, yeah.
And then you have Spider-Man that's more of the relaxed, like, I don't know, more relatable kind of man.
So part of it is right. So the thing about it is, you got a billionaire whose parents were murdered. Not necessarily the most relatable.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Premise.
Yeah.
But very cool for a superhero. Like.
And I think that's why
be a superhero. Yeah.
That's why when I was younger, I think I liked Batman more because I'm like, oh, he's super cool. Then as I get older, I'm like, well, Spider-Man's more of that relatable character.
Yeah. Because Spider-Man's just like me and just like you, and I will never be able to be Batman.
He's a little skinnier than me.
So Spider-Man takes the coolest part about Batman and makes it like real. Like anybody could be behind the mask, you know?
Clearly. There was a pig. It's true. There was a pig, Spider-Man.
Jesus Christ. I can't have any kind of serious conversation with you at
I was just,
all.
I'm adding to the conversation.
With Pig Spider-Man?
Yes.
Pig Spider-Man
Yes.
is how you decided
You have to be more
the
descriptive.
best way to contribute to the
You
conversation.
have to be more descriptive, and that was an example. I was giving an example so people can visualize our
That's maybe
conversation.
the worst example for what I'm talking
No,
about.
I mean, that's
because we're not necessarily trying to relate to a pig.
Oh, sorry. I get what you mean now.
Oh, okay. You get it.
I see what you mean now. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about that part.
This guy.
I disappeared.
What am I
There you go.
supposed to do
Oh my
with
god,
you?
what are you doing to me over?
I'm trying to fix shit.
I just watched you throw me
Cool, you're
away.
back.
It looked like, oh no.
It's working. It's working.
All right, so scratch the pig part.
I forgot what we were talking about, to be honest.
Spider-Man could be anyone.
Ian
but
said he
not
had a
pig.
question
All right, ask the question.
forever ago.
Oh,
though.
good. He's probably
So
gone
he
now.
might not even be here no more.
He got ignored and now he left.
My bad.
Well, why would you not ask the
But,
question instead of saying I got a question?
Yeah, you could have just asked the question for real.
Wasting our time.
He could have also texted me. Like,
Why
if
does
he
he
wanted
just
to ask the question.
Why does he just come on? Let's call him up.
No.
Oh, okay,
That's too much
scratch
work.
that. No pigs, no Ian.
The other thing I wanted to talk about today, let's shuffle it up real quick, because the other thing I wanted to talk about today was content creation. And I know you work hard in that space, and I'm just kind of restarting, getting my feet there.
By the way, I want you to acknowledge an hour 16. We're going on to topic 2.
Oh yeah, no, but
No, I'm not saying
I'm not
saying let's not talk about it. I'm just saying it's funny that we spent that long. I didn't even I can't even believe
yeah,
that.
we spent that long just kind of talking about movies, but we've always spent that long kind of talking about movies. But point being, I didn't want to make this a really, really long segment either. I just wanted to share kind of my brief experience and hear from your brief experience, Yeah. So I wanted to hear from you first, because you're way more good at this stuff.
Do you want to talk about?
Well,
hold on. You're gonna say I'm not good? Okay, that's
so. No. You're way better at this stuff than I am. But I'm doing the way I'm doing it is completely different. So I don't know if I should compare myself like that. Yeah. So I really just didn't want to talk down to myself a little.
Yeah, don't do that. First of all, don't do that. But do you want to talk?
Yeah.
Do you want me to talk about you, or do you want me to talk about me?
I want to hear about your journey a little bit, but if you have stuff to talk about me, then sure, I'd love to hear it. I've never even thought about it. That wasn't on my mind initially. I wasn't gonna ask you to give me advice or nothing. No,
I mean that wasn't what I was planning on either. I don't know. I don't really know what you want me to say.
I mean, so I'll go first.
Okay, yeah, you go first.
How
and I'm
thinking about it. So from my perspective, since you said you had some interest in talking about mine a little, I will talk about yours from just I'm really proud of you and it looks dope from my end for what you're doing. And I know you're trying to switch up sometimes. And I really am encouraging that. And I know that's a hard part of content creation, but I think it's a hill that you got to climb. But also, me looking at you has taught me that I don't want to do this like that, and looking at a lot of different content creators, especially in some of my favorite games. So, for example, there's this recent video that's of one of my favorite content creators for one of my favorite games, Pokemon Unite, talking about how the game's basically dead, and the game is basically dead because the developers kind of killed it. But that happens with a lot of live service games, so it is what it is. Just bad update after bad update type shit. But to what that does to a content creator like him is just completely ruins his livelihood, because nobody's playing the game, nobody cares about the game, and for his particular niche, he was really good at what he did in that game, right? And so I don't want to be like a niche kind of content creator, and kind of honestly I don't really want to be a content creator at all. I like making shit. I don't want to be, so really the thing I don't want to be is an influencer, and so I think there's content creators who aren't influencers, right? But I think to a certain extent you have to be. And so that I'm trying to lean away from as much as possible. And if people come, they can come. But if they don't, I'm not gonna go looking for them. Like, unless I am in such dire straits and I suddenly get famous or whatever, and this is the only way I can make money, you know? That's the only way in which I would end up desperate enough to like really try to be a numbers person, which I know I could be good at because I've thought about it a lot, you know? But through that process and taking a step back, I realized I don't want to be that person, you know? I don't want to chase this like that. Not because I don't have the drive in me, not because I don't think I'd make it, not because I'm scared to fail, mostly because I don't like the ecosystem that it currently is, if that makes sense. I'd rather spend my time within my community trying to change things and do things, you know? But that's just from a content at the moment. It doesn't breed a lot of hope, in my opinion. But human experience does. And so maybe if I can ever get to a level of comfort and ease and resources that I can craft a true experience for people, you know, then I can put that out there, and that's a whole different conversation, story, etc. But for me right now, I like streaming. That's why I do it. You know, that's it. That's literally the only reason. I have fun when I do, you know? And so I'm going to keep doing that. And when I don't feel like it, I'm not going to do it. I'll promise you every Monday through Friday at 6. But if I don't make that promise, I'm sorry. I just got better shit, more important shit to do, probably. Or if I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. Like, it's not that deep. But that's where I'm at with it, and that's that's pretty much all I wanted to share. I'm sure I could go way more in depth about it, and maybe I'll make a YouTube video about it at some point, and that'll be my first real YouTube video on my page about how I feel about content creation. But I know it seems kind of hypocritical to post a YouTube video about fuck this stupid shit, but I do like the sound of my own voice. Kind of, not really, you know. I do feel like I have some shit to say that matters, and there's kind of no other way to say it sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
So that's about that. So now, that said, I wanted to hear your experience from that angle. How's it treating you?
So you talking about just wanting to be a content creator, not an influencer, is definitely something that that is something that is a mindset that I sometimes get myself in. And it also bothers me that sometimes I feel like I should be doing more to get myself out there, but I want to be authentic to myself. I think when I think of influencer, I think almost 100% inauthentic. So, for example, my niche is wrestling, and there are people in the wrestling space that I feel like are just super inauthentic, and they're big people. And it's I don't understand why you're doing that, because there's also people that are, I mean, I get it. I know why they're doing it. It's this popularity.
So are these the most popular people? Who are the most
pretty much people? For the most part,
right? So that's what I figured. So but I think that's any medium or niche or literally anything.
Yeah, of course.
It's big enough and it's no longer has any personality, you know?
So, but
it's more inauthentic, right? But go ahead.
Yeah. So you're right. It's every single niche and everything like that. And it's I get in my own head a lot of times, because it's I see things these people are doing, and then like say like type of title like they do or something like that, and I'm like, this seems goofy and stupid. Like I
Yeah,
don't like.
yeah,
Okay,
I
maybe it
agree.
will do my channel better, but I feel like it's not the right way to do it. Or start my video with being obnoxious. I'm not gonna do that either.
Yeah, yeah, I feel that.
So like,
I feel like, yeah, so that's one thing that I have, that I'm obnoxious as hell, you know? So people either love me or hate me. Um, and I think that's a great place to be for content creation, which is kind of horrifying, you know?
well, there's a difference. There's a difference. I'm not saying like
Right. That's true. That's true.
like
But my
start a
point
video
is,
off with like being yelling and being inauthentic with the way you speak. That's what I'm talking about.
yeah. That I understand. Yeah. But I think there is a level of value to that kind of personality in a certain space, right? For like kids Minecraft content, heck yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Go for it. Pull it off. That's sick. And some of those videos are really cool too. Some of those, like, I don't know if you've seen the crazy, like, they put a bunch of people in a Minecraft server and then blah 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 blah. I think those videos are kind of fun. They're a little dramatic, but I think that's kind of the point. And
The Mr.
obviously,
Beast
a lot of it,
genre Minecraft videos.
right? They're a little more. There's definitely a sense of inauthenticity to them, but there's also enough sense of there's so many people there that there's got to be some level of truth here, you know, and level of like, obviously the narrative isn't exactly as they put it, right? But it is, you could still see a story and a narrative playing out, and that's because there's just so many things that that one creator can't do on his own, right? And that's way more easy to show in a Minecraft server with 100 people than Mr. Beast games, you know? So that's cool in that environment, right? When you try to mass market that to everybody and be like, that just feels like, to me, like, this is now just slop, you know? Like, big, pretty dopamine fucking ringer. That's it, you know?
And when I started this, my goal was to be a variety channel. And it is a very possible thing to do because obviously there's people that do it, but it is very difficult. It is the most difficult genre to get into with gaming.
Right.
And
yeah, so that's like, especially now, right?
It's because it's so easy to click. If you don't watch a video, it's so easy to click away.
No, the truth is about it is how many new or up and coming video game variety gamers are there? Not a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of guys spec into one particular niche because you have to stand out. And they might, once they have enough of a platform, branch off from there. But yeah, that's hard, you know. But go on.
And so I kind of found my niche and grew from there. And then you get in this mindset that it's like I've grown this much. And me, when I started out, I definitely would not have thought about this problem ever in my thought, because my mindset going into this was like, once you get that like little bit of a push into an audience, it just authentically will start to grow. That's not the case at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
It took me forever to get to 600 plus subscribers, and I've been stuck there forever.
Still, congrats.
I'm very proud of that, but I now need to find that content that I'm proud of and audience that I want to be around, like present myself to, is what I'm trying to, is in this mindset that I'm in right now. And so I'm in I'm very much experimenting late at this point in the game. And what I've learned too, and this is something that I've stressed out about a lot, and I've kind of got over this, is that when you're gone, nobody notices. Nobody notices. Because if they did notice, I would be really bad off right now. because I've taken so much times off, been back, I've left, come back.
I think that's a newer thing. Yeah. So like back in the OG days of YouTube, consistency was key. And I think that's a new platform thing, because that's still on TikTok is the thing. That people are like, you got to post 14 times a day, every day, and every post has to be heavily edited, and I'm like, chill, but that's also just genuinely, you see that is what works on TikTok, and really grows people on TikTok, is that consistency. But on YouTube, it's the platform and everything has completely changed, I think. But go on.
But so I've learned that nobody even notices you're gone. I have tried. I want to expand my niche, because you had mentioned Pokemon Unite and that it's a dying game. The game that I play and focus my channel around is a wrestling game that it seems to be on the downward spiral, and it has been for quite a while. Now it's interesting with that, because you search it on YouTube, and there's a bunch of people that play it. They start new channels and they play it, new series, and then disappear. It's like everyone's trying. And that's the crazy thing about this specific niche. And that's one reason why I wanted to push it so hard when I was really doing it consistently, is all of these channels that do it disappear. Like even the ones that I watch, they may post every once, like in a while, and then be gone forever for a long time. Like it's like, like I have been somewhat consistent, not the best, but I'm proud of the fact that I've been pretty consistent.
Right. So, I think these are indicative of almost the exact same thing. A lot of people are interested in wrestling. A lot of people are interested in Pokemon, right? And so, through wrestling, a lot of people get into this game. So you're already tunneled down to this.
It's a niche of a niche.
People, video game people, in the same way as Pokemon people, MOBA people, right? So that's kind of indicative of, that's really interesting. I didn't think about it that way.
It's a very similar.
You can see that model.
So and that's the thing I face, and so I'm basically working in a niche of a niche, and a niche that I feel like unfortunately is dying, and I love this is a game that I love. I play it all the time, and I want to continue. I want to make things I'm proud of. But here comes the other situation of being in the situation I'm in. Is as much as I love writing video essays, which I've done, I'm also a full-time student and a full-time job.
Right.
So I have been struggling.
So I think you gotta. Right. So in my opinion, you really gotta, but this is just me. What you gotta do is, since people don't really care how long you're gone, unless you're gone for like 3 years straight, take a year and make a really long, really good, well edited, fucking amazing piece of work video essay,
And see, the thing is too,
that will go ahead.
It's important to think too, is like, not only though, I love the video making process. Like it's so, as much, I definitely have a lot of anxiety still. I mean, I've been doing this for almost 6 years now. And I get so much anxiety every time I record, but like I love making the videos. So like what I'm hearing you're saying is you're right. And what I should be doing is still doing this for fun. The video stuff that I'm doing now for fun. And I need to be working on something more important, something bigger in the background.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be cool, right? In my opinion. And I'll give you here's your perfect video essay that your viewers will also watch. A history and the downfall of TEW.
Yeah, you're right.
That'd be a really good video, in my opinion, too.
Yeah, you're right.
You'd get to explain what TEW is too, and talk about why so many people love and care about this. To me, an outsider, looks like just a menu simulator.
But they're passionate people.
And maybe the most boring game of all time, in my opinion. You know?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
right.
Sorry.
You're right.
What did you say?
I said, but it's like, but this is it's a huge. I mean, it's a passionate fan base for this game, and it's been around for like 20 years. Just like just variations.
Try to and I'd say even try to reach out to some people and like see if you can get interviews type shit of even just people who play the game. You know,
I try to get the creator,
even just average player of the games. It doesn't have to be a huge creator. It doesn't have to be anybody amazing or anything. Even it could be your average other players of the game, you know? Literally you could interview some of your viewers. You can't hear me. Oh.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Got you. It could literally be some of your viewers who might play the game, you know? Like it's as simple as that. And that's also still just a tiny little bit of, I don't want to say legitimacy because not really, but like journalistic integrities type shit that you could do. So just something small, an idea, you know?
Yeah.
But shit like that could be cool. And you could introduce the world to a game, especially the wrestling world. That's a good market for the whole audience. And people love watching, the downfall of XYZ, the XYZ of XYZ that I didn't even know about, right? Like,
yeah, sure.
That people will, or you could label it, especially, this is a good one, TEW's Iceberg. Like, and then from there, you could branch off to bigger wrestling shit, you know? But that's just a thought process thing.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, that's perfect.
Did you have much more to say about that? My thing really is I want to do that same thing of those big essays. I just, like, I don't know where to start, you know, like, because I don't know how to edit for the life of me, except a little. Like this podcast has shown the peak of my editing skills, which are the season 1, I should say, obviously, but which are downloading an app that cuts out the space. That's my editing skills, and opening what is it? What's the app? Opening Final Cut and crying. That's my editing experience. So
it's a skill, and I'm like,
I think it's so interesting, right? And I'd love to learn. I think you're way better at it than me, right? And you at least are good enough to have your own style, you know? And that's all I want, you know, is to have my own style, right? But I can't have my own style if I don't know how to read, you know? I can't have my own style of writing in this, just as an allegory, right?
Yeah.
I can't have my own style of writing if I don't know how to read. And I don't know how to read the software yet, so I'm just dead in the water, you know?
I get it. It takes so much time to figure out. And then you got, because I've went through so many different editing softwares too, so it's like, when you go from one to the other too, it's like you're starting completely fresh too. It's like you have no idea what these are doing, and it's because they're all different. I just learned recently how to do green screens. Like, it's not something you think would be easy is not easy. So it's all just doing it, like getting in there and doing it. I do these videos randomly on my second channel. You know which ones they'll be. It's just me. Every video is me trying something out editing wise that I just think is funny. The videos have no actual importance. It's just me sitting in front of the camera saying random nonsense and editing the video because I want to try something out.
That's great. I mean,
so just do something. Just do it. You know, that's all you got to do is just do it.
See, the thing about the content that goes the most viral is content like that. You know, people just make it to fucking try cool, fun, interesting, random shit. You know,
I got like 2 views on each of those videos.
My point is don't. No. Not my point is don't make it for the thing about it that makes it relatable is not making it for the thing, right? If that makes sense. But so keep at that. So the thing for me is just the barrier of entry of editing. I can write for days. I can come up with essay. I do have writer's block sometimes
see-
in that I can't fucking finish it. But
Well, see, that's the thing, right? So what you got to do, first of all, you just write the script. You write the script,
yeah,
you do the voiceover, and then now it's
right.
let's find footage to go with this, and then that's when you start to experiment.
Yeah.
But now you have a layout of what you need. Now you just got to figure out how am I going to put it in there.
So yeah, my other problem is that I'm a little too, like, I've probably seen too many YouTube videos. So when I write the script, I already have all these ideas in my head flowing through, of, I exactly want this on screen, or I want this exactly, So that's probably more of an OCD problem that I just kind of have to get over. And that's really a lot of the reason why I never get the things done that I want to try, or never even try the things that I want to do.
I have something similar. It doesn't necessarily always work out that I do end up doing the things I want to do, but all you got to do is I want this. Perfect. You know what you want. You just watch a video now. It's going to be there. Like whatever software you use, how do I do this in this program? That's how you learn.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's
the hard part is figuring out what you want to do.
Right. So the thing about it is, for me, that's kind of easy, right? What I want to do. Once I've laid it out in that script, like, the problem is I have it probably a little too set in stone. So when I get into the editing room, I'm watching 35 tutorials trying to figure this out, but I still can't find the, like, X button, like, or this button, or somebody did something really fast and I didn't even fully understand what they did,
I think it's just a general rule for all content creation stuff too. It's just
right. And
you
so
just gotta
that's
lower
just
your
a hard
expectations.
fucking thing to.
I know it's hard. I know that's very
yeah. No. So the other thing I thought about doing, because I started watching this creator today, that she they insist that they're not doing a podcast. That it's not a podcast yet, but they want it to be a podcast because their theory is that anything that you can turn the screen off and listen to is a podcast, and I kind of agree with that. Other than obviously music, I think that's kind of a dope idea to say as a podcast. But basically, what she does is she just reads off her Substack. Point being, basically what she does is she rattles off her Substacks, what she's already written on Substack for her podcast, and so she's trying to build her platform that way. And then, so that's what I'm thinking I do, but I can't really do that because she, like, sits on screen and does it, with her face, and that's just not a line that I'm
then why
willing
don't you
to cross. I could
without a screen.
So. Oh yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
It's different kind of content creation, but just make a podcast.
Yeah, where I just talk and say shit.
It's interesting though you said that about the, anything could be a podcast, because I actually am working on a new TW video in a series.
Oh, cool.
With that exact thing in mind. I'm explaining what I'm doing
the idea that they can,
because I'm going to upload it as audio. Yes.
Yeah, that's sick.
It's like you search and because it's like, ultimately what I'm doing is I'm rebooking WrestleMania season, from the month of WrestleMania. So it's like I can frame this as I'm rebooking WrestleMania. It doesn't have to be anything about the game.
Yeah, no, that's sick. That's sick, actually. That's a fucking great idea. That's awesome.
Because I'm writing scripts and everything for it. So it's like I could go all out with this and put it.
Yeah, no, I never even would have thought about that. Yeah, that's sick. That's working strictly within those limitations. Wow, that's one thing I haven't thought about to that extent. I did do I made that character that I can be on screen, which is nice, so I can show up in, like, videos. But I feel like that character has to be cameos right now because that mask is a little hot to wear at all times. Yeah.
Well, you could do like some kind of footage of something, your face, your masked face, then like go
and
back
then
and
some
forth.
more footage, right?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
gross.
and so, but that's a much longer that's like a down the road. I have to learn the editing type shit thing.
That's right.
Which I think I'd be willing to do, but I'd have to have the time, and I'm in a very similar boat of I have to figure out how to pay my bills first, you know, job, etc. Like, so that is priority number one. And then I can worry about making cool shit. Unfortunately, like I really, in my heart of hearts, feel like the world should be the other way around. People should be allowed to just exist and make cool shit, and then. But that's my opinion, you know. I have yeah. So yeah. Sorry,
But
I
the way
drifted
that
off there.
I take, and it's a new mindset that I've adopted recently, but I take pride in the fact that I I work full time, I'm in school full time, I have countless about of doctor's appointments from what we've talked about before, and I'm still doing this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm still doing this stuff,
Yeah.
and that what
Yeah.
makes me
That's
what makes me
badass.
feel like it's worth it, and I'm proud of it because it's like, well, right now I'm having my struggles, but I'm still doing it. I'm still loving doing it, and that's what's important. So it's like, yes,
Right.
it is a lot of work,
Yeah.
but I enjoy the work. I enjoy making thumbnails. I enjoy searching for keywords. Like that's a thing that I'm doing every video is like looking up keywords to put in descriptions
Interesting.
and to say in the videos. Like, right?
Interesting.
Like it's so much work, but I actually enjoy that stuff. Sometimes even more than the recording process itself because it's something
Yeah. See,
that
I
keeps my
hate
mind
that
busy.
stuff. Yeah. Yeah. That stuff is. So I find that stuff like super fascinating, though I hate it because that stuff can consume you so
Of course.
easily,
Of
you
course.
know. And I am somebody who is just primed to be consumed. You know, that's
But
just the way
this is my outlet for fun, you know what I mean? Like, I don't
Right.
play a lot of
Yeah. No. No.
games,
I get it.
so,
Hmm.
like, this is kind of what I do when I go home.
Right. So for me, it's a thing of just I couldn't let it that it would entirely consume me. I don't know how to. I don't know when to stop before I've already eaten up. That's my real issue, you know. And so that's why I have to treat it as truly just a hobby. You know,
Mm.
like the thing I do for enjoyment has to remain gaming. I just stream sometimes, you know, for funsies.
Well, and I think I told you this I don't think I told you on camera, but I think that you are doing the best you've ever done because I think you're having the most fun on
Right.
stream, and I think that just
I am.
that's the most important thing. The work will come eventually as you want to take it farther, if you ever do want to take it farther, but you're doing it at the
Right.
right step, you're right pace, like, you're having fun, and you found your footing. Where me,
Just a little.
I kinda push trying to push more. I'm not saying to be successful, but to kind of get myself started instead of just starting,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I put
You were
in the work
just
first.
no, yeah, you were just doing the work and
Yeah.
then
And then I
letting it
found the fun
show
later.
off.
Yeah.
Right. 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 You did the work first. Um yeah, and you're still doing the work, honestly.
And now I can stream in
You haven't
front of one
stopped.
person later and still have fun.
Well, I'm still streaming in front of one person too, and I'm affiliate, so who cares?
Yeah, I mean,
Are
it
you
doesn't
affiliate yet?
not on Twitch, but I'm a
No,
partner right
not
now.
on Twitch, right? Yeah, it's your partner, right? That's what I thought. But I feel like I'll never get partner on Twitch, but that's because it's not really a goal of mine. It's not really a post that I'm aiming for, you know. So I'm not really worried about it.
But you're in a good spot. I
I'm just
mean,
gonna keep doing it for fun.
you could
Yeah,
make
yeah, yeah. Yeah. I'm
some
definitely
extra
comfy.
money if you wanted to, like,
Yeah.
while you're streaming, like,
It's
build
right.
community. You're in a
So
good spot.
it's right. I'm definitely in a much more advantageous position from just enjoying it than I was when I was like, oh, this is fun. I find this fun, and I think I can do something with this, you know? Because I don't care whether I can do something with it or not.
It is kind of nice
I
though
just want
for
to
the
have fun.
fact,
Yeah.
like, you and I both, I mean, in some capacity, put in the work first though, Like, because you've tried before, but we put in this work that now that we are at this spot, like we can just kind of cruise a little bit more and have fun, like at this time.
That's nice. Yeah.
Even,
Yeah.
like you're kind of just
Even-
starting out. You're this kind of thing out right now, but you've been working. Same with me. I mean, I was working before anyone started watching me, and really I settled down with my niche. So we had that little bit of experience. So when the time came to start, like,
that's true.
We're ready for when we need to be, is what I'm saying, I guess.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah. That's a really nice, like, hopeful and really pretty way of putting it, I think. And a nice note, I think, to end on.
Just right
right?
out here.
Would you say?
Yeah, that's fine.
No. I could stay and hang out with you forever.
Let's make this
low key,
4
what are
hours
you gonna do
long.
after this? Low key, what are you gonna do after this? Because we're probably just gonna play Minecraft anyway.
I'm getting on Minecraft.
Yeah, that's exactly. So we're gonna be playing together in this, like after this anyway. But point being, yeah, I think we're in a really good spot content wise, and I think it's fun, and I'm having fun, and that's like I didn't really acknowledge that until right in this moment that I'm just having fun, you know. So that's nice. So hopefully this keeps going. Next time, our assignments are to watch those movies, and then we'll start talking about those movies next time.
And we'll have a topic.
There's also some other topic, right? I also have Do you have a topic in mind for next one? Because I kind of have a few, so I'll bring up something.
That was the hard part about last time. I couldn't think of anything ever.
That's valid, bro. And like we said, this season we're more shuffling it up in that we're just going wherever we want.
Smack the shit
We're just doing whatever. This is 52 card pickup, motherfucker.
See,
that's the kind of stuff we're doing here.
Incorporated our name into it at some point. I like it.
But I really
you get to pick up the cards, bitch.
No, I do miss the intro though. We got to bring the intro back. The intro was fun.
But I would have done it for the last one, but you started singing in the beginning, so I just put auto-tune on that, and then
that was funny. Yeah, that was funny. That was funny and well edited. Man, I was like, at first I was like so confused. I was like, I didn't expect him to edit this at all.
That was all I did.
Funny. It was funny. Yeah, that's funny as heck though. Anywho, yeah. We really got to bring the intro back. That shit is fire too. Speaking of which, you got to do the freaking song club because I gave you an intro for that, and we got to do that. But anywho, maybe we can make that a special episode of this podcast.
Could it be a segment instead? Maybe.
Yeah. It could be a segment in this podcast. It could be like a segment of every couple. Yeah. Every once in a while we do it, you know. If an album comes out that we really want to listen to, or if you listen to an album recently that we really want to talk about, etc. But I think that would be a great segment, and even we could use that segment to explore some particular albums that we could go back to. But yeah, that's cool. That's a cool idea. Plus I made a sick ass intro for it, and I want people to hear it.
And then we disappeared from the world.
Right. It's such a sick intro. Anywho.
Sing it.
That's pretty much all I have. Where will people find you?
Mindset PW on YouTube. I'm not Mindset on Twitch.
Amen, brother. Do you have anything in particular that you're super excited about? Like coming out or like in the world coming out or that you're doing, etc.
Well, if you like wrestling content, I got my new video coming out next week. I was gonna say tomorrow, but I think that might not happen. So next week, probably like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, one of those days. You can check it out there. Just keep an eye out.
Amen, brother.
And Star-Lord is coming.
Subscribe. I'm weak. Okay, so as far as me, I stream every Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Like I said. I make no promises, especially this month, because I'm visiting family and jumping around the place, but I will try my best to stream at least an hour every Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. So you can come to the Ace the Space Boy channel on Twitch.
I'll be there unless I get banned.
That's all I got. Yeah, he'll be around. He'll be in chat at least. I'll definitely be on Friday because I missed this Friday's stream because I was just out of it.
I'll take over.
But yeah, no. I have a promise to because I stream Destiny on Fridays with my homies. So
Yeah, but I'll do it the rest of the week.
he'll take care of it. Yeah. He'll take care of it. I mean, hopefully, if I do get to come visit, like we were talking about, maybe we could make some shit together and that'd be fun and put it on the I'm Not Mindset channel. Like maybe we redo the what's it called video, but we do Parsec in your room.
Oh, the GTA video. I was thinking you were saying
That'd
Super
be
Mario
great.
Strikers.
That'd be great. Not the Super Mario Strikers
No,
video.
You know
don't
what
wanna
I
talk
thought about we
that
should do again? We
What?
should play
What?
Mount Your Friends again.
I don't even remember
You
that.
don't remember that? It's videos on my channel too.
I'll have to watch the video. I'm sure the video
I'll post it on I'm Not
is
Mindset.
great. Amen.
It's coming out probably today.
Oh boy, that's gonna be so cringe going through. Because a lot of me looking at those old videos is realizing how fucking cringe I was.
Unless
But I
there's
think that's all of existence, right?
yeah, I mean,
As you grow older,
I was too.
you
I was too.
Yeah.
And I'll look back at this and be like, damn, I cringe.
Yeah. Same. I'll probably look back at this and cringe at just the fact that if I ever exist on screen, I'll definitely look back and cringe at when I didn't. But go ahead.
I was gonna say, so we've done a lot of different like variations of podcasts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
That's true.
throughout the time that we've started till now, I've had a lot of times where I've like lost weight and gained weight back and forth, right? But you know, we've
Mhm.
conveniently never done a podcast when I was skinny. I swear to God, there was a time where I was skinny and we never did one.
So here's the problem.
The podcast was a problem.
In order to do the podcast, you can't go outside. That's the rule. That's the rule of thumb that I'm getting out of this.
Because when we did the first one that we can't see anymore, well, not the first one, I guess the Dreamer's Heart podcast, I was big
Mhm.
then, but that's not available anymore. But I was big then. Now I'm like, I'm a reasonable fat, you know?
I don't think, but that's me. I don't know. You've never, in my experience, seemed particularly obese. You've just always been kind of chubby cheeked. You've had your very skinny moments.
No, I was pretty
But-
skinny at one point.
Yeah. You've had your very skinny moments. Even remembering back to like high school, middle school, you've had your moments of skinniness and but you're just a chubby cheeked guy.
There was a time where I was going to the gym
Sometimes.
and then I found out I had holes in my back and then now I got fat again.
Uh,
That was the end of that.
yeah, that's tough. Yeah, that's tough when you find out you have holes in your back. Found out you had holes in his back, so we started a podcast.
Well, I can't be an athlete.
Anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I appreciate it. I hope he appreciates it. You appreciate it?
I really don't.
No, not at all. Not even a
Because
little
I'm fat
bit.
again.
Go somewhere else. Why are you spending your time here? Wait until he's skinny again, then show up.
The skinny
But
special,
anywho,
that's what happened when I
Like I
was weighing
said,
in.
Ace the Space Boy on Twitch. I'm posting some videos on YouTube soon. Especially through I kind of want to make some videos about my Pokemon Champions experience as a not really a VGC player. And I did participate in the most recent biggest championship ever, but
And
so
lost.
look out for that. But obviously, I make no promises. But yeah, thanks for watching, y'all. I appreciate it. Do you have anything left you need to say?
Star
wanna say?
Lord is coming.
Goodbye.